Okay, so I'm making this video because my friend Craig Tomlinson sent me a link to a video by Paul Woodage, I believe his name is, and he did he's a tour guide in Normandy for World War II history, and he's also now making videos that are from the actual sites in Normandy where the battles were fought, and they're very informative. And he recently released one about the Bocage, and I have to say I learned a lot. I have played some games about the Bocage. I mean, in Normandy, set in Normandy, but I didn't. I thought that the Bocage was pretty much just hedgerows. But as he pointed out, or as he described, there are many different types, and the real Bocage, or the one that was the real troublemaker, is what I'm going to show you here, or at least a simulation of it. This is Combat Mission 2, and set in Combat Mission 2, Battle for Normandy. This is probably the best small unit simulation there is today for World War II combat. And so I was looking through the scenarios, and sure enough, this was one of the first meetings the Allies had with the Bocage territory. 2 days after this scenario takes place 2 days after the D-Day landing, so I think we're on June 8th. In the Paul's video, Woodage's video, there was a statement about one of the first meetings, which was that tanks were destroyed going down a road, and then there was that they had trouble; they couldn't just speed down the roads, and because naturally inclination is to, when you've got territory like this, your armor and your vehicles have to use the roads. And so I think this scenario is very similar, or might even be an example of that situation. So here you have two knocked out Shermans, supposedly were ambushed from this direction. The only thing I will criticize this scenario for is how small the map is. But we have to imagine that the Allies have been using this road. They come down it, and there's more Bocage along the roads over here to the north. I guess it's the north. Yes, it is the north, and they've knocked out two of our tanks. So we've been ordered to flank it to the right through this territory. And as you can see, we've got the hedgerows, but then we've also got this rather interesting and terrifying new development. You've got this hedgerows on both sides, and but then you have this nasty little path through here. I mean, talk about Little Red Riding Hood going down the forbidden path. This thing just shoots along here. We don't know what all could be in here, and we can't see into it. And you can see it covers. It goes a couple different ways. The targets that we have for our goals for the battle are to take this sunken lane here, or the Bocage, and then this objective steel, which must be then where we'll then flank the forces, the German forces that ambush the tanks. That part of the battle we're not going to see. Evidently, this is just us getting to that flank. Okay, so normally, I mean, if I was being gamey and playing this game, I would go through here probably. I mean, we have to blast our way through the hedgerows here. We have got pioneers here that can do that, and then go up along this edge, because then you can't be flanked from this side. But that's pretty cheesy, and I'm not going to do that. That's gamey. Though I wouldn't doubt that they might have a machine gun in this location over here. But instead, I'm going to do this like what I think the U.S. officer coming to the situation might have first tried. And I've put machine guns in this house, and they have a pretty good view along these lines. And then we have the first platoon. I think it's the first. No, second platoon. We have basically a company of 3 platoons. And with some heavy weapons too, and some engineers. pioneers. And so I'm going to probably here have the second platoon. By the way, I've not played this scenario, just like the guy coming fresh to it would have been. And I'm going to send scouts down this spooky road that's set hedgerow, which is basically something good for Halloween. And we're going to see. But first, I'm just going to start it and for a minute observe whether we see anything. We also have mortars, by the way, back here. I didn't mention that. Let's just run the game here for a little bit. Oh, well, we got lucky. Okay, we already, surprisingly, we managed to spot some in the bocage, though now we've already lost it. So whatever it was, it's still there. At least, oh, there might be something there too. So we are getting some indications that there's definitely Germans along that row. I'm going to let these guys shoot them as they see. Which, if you look at video of the Bocage battles, it does seem like that they would shoot across to the other side. But I'm not going to do there's an opening right here in the Bocage. That now that I've spotted those right through here, I'm not going to send any troops across the field because, of course, that would be suicidal. I was going to send them if we didn't spot anything at first, just because I think that's what they would have done. I mean, if there's no enemy opponent apparent, you're going to send some guys forward, and unfortunately, probably some of them are going to die, which is part of the horrors of command, right? So over here, I'm going to blast my way through the my plan is to still go this way, but not go all the way over here to the edge. I'm going to try to flank a little bit that we can get some fire coming from this side of the bocage. That's not where I'm going to attack. I'm going to try to go down the row. But okay, so there we're going to blast through there. And over here, I'm pausing it for a second. I'm going to take first squad of second platoon, and we're going to split it up, which is one of the neat features of combat mission. And I'm going to send this 4-man squad team is the lead. We'll get them to here, and then they're going to, I'll give them the hunt command, which is basically they're going to go down slowly down the row. And we'll start those out, and then I'm going to start the other ones behind them slowly. So let's see. Well, I also might give, my machine gunners have plenty of ammo, and they kind of think something's here. So I'm going to target that to get some covering fire on that, try to push them back. Also, I think, let's see how much ammo our mortars have. Oh, 96, so we've got plenty of shells. 64. I'm going to give the command of we're going to spot the 4th Platoon headquarters will spot. I'll put down all 3, and I'm going to do a linear. So you take what you can spot and you go from, let's say, here down to where that one is, right? And I'm going to say, this is one part I don't know that well about this game yet. I'm just going to say medium fire, medium duration, confirm. And you hear the requesting fire mission, so he's going to do that. But it's 5 minutes, which, in a lot of games, if you're trying to do a simulation of World War II, you call the fire support in, it comes instantaneously. This game attempts to make it much more realistic, that it would actually take them about 5 minutes to set up this fire, which is good because it'll give us about 5 minutes to work on this flanking maneuver. Okay, let's start this out here. Let's follow these guys and see what happens here. They're firing over there. Let me get the rest of 3rd squad over here. Those guys are going a little far. No, that's fine. Let's go in here and see what we're looking at. Okay, so got all this fire going on around us. The guy's got a grenade launcher on the end of his rifle there. I don't know if that would be the best point man to have, but that seems to be what my guys have chosen to do. As you can see, we're in this little tunnel, and I assume that we would be rather scared and nervous because we know there's Germans down there. We can't see anything, though. I mean, look, if you look right, okay, we do see some fire, maybe. Tracers going by on the right. Still no target. I'm going to back up and start the rest of the squad down there. Sorry if this is making you ill. There it goes. The one thing now, Woodage in his video says about one of these exact situations where they come to a crossroad, there might be a machine gunner here, and he says, well, the enemy would wait and maybe let more of the squad come up so they could get more. And luckily for us, I don't think the AI is always smart enough to do that. The AI in combat mission is very good, but so it turns out this is a turn dogleg to the left. So I think we're going to run into trouble when we go beyond that. Let me get the rest of the squad up there. Also, I'm going to make this easier, I'm going to cut down the trees just for the temporary for us to give orders. Let me pause the game. You can have different settings for the trees, the amount of foliage and stuff. And you know, to see in here, you need to cut that down occasionally. I mean, for atmosphere, I'll bring it back to this when we want to see the actual how the combat might have, you know. And you know, the graphics of this game are not spectacular, but they're good and they're definitely workable, and they can give you a direct feel of what you know, these guys may have dealt with. I mean, okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit. A direct feel of the terror and the situation. No, not even close. Clearly, but you know, any little demonstration or simulation of this sort, I think, starts to give you at least a little bit of knowledge. Hopefully, expands your understanding of what some of these situations may have been. These guys will continue to work down here. I imagine when we turn this corner, we're going to be in for some trouble. Actually, I might, you know, this is the way that, oh, well, there is another option here. There's an opening in the Bocage right here. And I might have, there looks like there's openings over there. And by this time, we've scouted this a little bit here. I think we would know that or see that. So I'm going to send part of 2nd Platoon that way. Run down there. And then they will, now this is dangerous because, of course, you know, we could have some things there. And I'm going to have them go along the outside edge, this edge. We know we can't go along this edge because, of course, there's Germans over there. We'll get the platoon leader, squad leader down there, and I mean the platoon leader, and get the other unit down there to cover fire. Okay, so for now I'm going to keep the foliage down so we can see what the hell's going on. I had them run to the corner, which probably wouldn't be very realistic. They'd probably still be, you know, crouching a little bit, but there we go. Oh, oh, okay. I didn't see that coming. There's mines in, they mined it. Well, okay, let's pause a second. Okay, I did not see that one coming. That kind of takes this route out of the way. I don't have any way to mine clear in this short scenario, so we're going to have to. Oh, this is becoming a cluster. You know what? Over here, Hopefully they'll start to spread out. But I'm going to call them back now because I can't really go that way. Let's just bring these guys back. We've lost two. These guys are shaking and running. I can't even command them right now because two of their buddies just got blown to shit. Meanwhile, let's continue this flank over here to try to get more firepower on the hedge. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to end up doing the gamey solution to the whole thing. Let's hope not. We'll get these guys up here. Let's see. I haven't been seeing what's been going on over here. These guys are all okay. Okay, that's fine for now. The mortar fire is still. Let's see. Let's check on that. What the time is? We think. Yeah, there it is. We've got a time of. No, they're just spotting. It's hard to know. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. Okay. Well, a little bit of a surprise. There, we'll give us back the atmosphere. This is not what you'd want. Obviously, I made a mistake in how I organized them. You would never want your guys to bunch up like that because then the machine gun would fire and you'd lose the whole freaking squad. So that's not what we want. I am surprised they haven't covered this side, though, which is what we're seeing here. These guys will be guarding that way. We are making... Oh. Oh. Guess what, folks? That's right. Octung, minen, danger mines. Yep, that's mines there too. Okay. Well, I really don't want to blow up my guys, so I'm going to have them crawl back. Try to move slowly, not to set off the mines. This, the designer of this scenario does not want us to use the that flank. What is this? Oh, those are the guys that ran. Somehow they forced their way through the bocage, and which you can't move through, but somehow they did. And now they're sitting out. Oh, because there's an opening here, right here at the mine thing. There's an opening. That's where they came out. Doesn't really do us much good, though. I don't really want to go down there, risk a mine, and then I guess we can go through here and go along the side. That's what we're going to do. We'll keep the fire up. We've got all these guys spotting. We will go over here. I'm not going to do this flank over here, but I'm going to, well, I might make a hole on this side, which is a little bit more covered. I'm not going to go directly on this side, but I'll try to cross right here, which is partially insane, but I don't think we have much of a choice. Let me get these guys over here. And these guys. We have 49 minutes, so we still have a good amount of time to be able to pull this off. I'm going to, okay, let us have first squad, second squad will try this way. Okay, so they're going to go right up along the edge. And we'll take the, we'll try the inner edge then. Let's see how that goes. Oh, we've got some of the first mortar shells coming out. That was not a good shot. You can see that this kind of defensive situation where you have these basically entrenched, for all practical purposes, it's like a ready-made entrenchment system. So it's kind of like a puzzle you have to figure out. You got to keep on trying different ways to start to work a way around your opponent, because you have to flank them. You can't you can't just go in there across that field. So let's blast another hole here. I mean, the one thing is they probably didn't want to give themselves away that quickly because we're starting to get some fire superiority on them, which is okay. It does sound like the mortar fire. You heard that fire for effect is going to take place soon. I'm gonna have these guys pop smoke. These guys will come over. No. Those guys will not come over. I'm going to bring these guys over and then have them assault across. These guys are going through. I don't know if I really want that, but let's find out. We'll put some smoke out and see what happens. But while the fire is coming down, we might as well try to advance and see what happens. These guys are going to be advancing too. They're bunched up too badly. I didn't separate them, which I should have. So, but let's just, you learn from mistakes. These guys would have been learning from mistakes too, as they went. Okay, we got the machine gun still working on the thing there. These guys haven't been shot, so that's good. We got our first smoke going down over here. Okay, this might be. Let's order these guys to hustle and see if they can do it. I'm gonna wait till the shells start falling. Oh man, our mortars are not being too accurate, are they? Did we just get a casualty? We did. See, they flash when you get a casualty. Who the hell? What happened over here? There's another. No, someone got shot right in the beginning. Oh man. Okay. Well, we don't have a choice. We have to go. We have to go. See if these guys can make it. Let's put some covering fire down. At least what we know where some Germans might be. So see, we got covering fire. These guys are starting to run. These guys are making their edge up along the edge. If they get there, I'll do some smoke and then try to do my smoke here. I'm surprised. We haven't really got their heads to stay down. Those are grenade shots, I think. Rifle grenades. They made it. I'm happy with that, I tell you. Okay, these guys, I don't want my machine gun shooting into them, so I'm going to switch it. Still shot about 1,000 rounds, but haven't popped some smoke. I didn't want to pop it that way. Platoon commander got nailed. Let's get these guys down here too. We're gonna get some more guys over this way. Let's see, gonna pop more smoke, or don't seem to be getting any firing. So these guys are gonna run. Commander is gonna go over there. Platoon, and so is he. Well, no, they'll keep firing for now. Since we're getting this break, though, I'm gonna bring up. Yeah, I'm going to bring up this platoon to this way too. No, actually, I'll let these two platoons try to clear that, and these guys can come across them. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see what happens. These guys are still sitting in the field. You know, the mortars are probably not going to hit anybody. They're just to cause some explosions and try to get some people to keep their heads down, which seems to be working right now. Let's blast through now. Actually, I don't know if I really need to blast through, do I? Yeah, this is thick right here. You see there's no openings. You hear that clink? That was the Garen, the metal cartridge holder ejecting. Oh, I can clear that target there. I should have done that. Let's get these guys in here. Let's pause it. Now, as you can see, we're down here in the other end of this haunted lane, and there's plenty of cover there. So there's probably Germans in there that had to pull back because of the fire we managed to put on them. But you know, you still have to go there. So thing is, though, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to blast on this side and then put a squad. Well, you know, if we can get across this field a little bit right here at the corner. That way, if we do drive them out, they're going to come down this lane, and then we can counter ambush them, which would be rather nice. Now, I don't think that's, you know, I want to play this as if I don't really have this overhead view too much, but you know, they would know that I'm attacking down this road. I can't really see to my right, but it would be nice to, you know, open that up and see what's over there, and then get to their flank again. And you know, from the building here, we've scouted. You know, we know this part, and we could probably see. Well, we probably can't see that second line. I wouldn't think. Let's just check our line of sight. No, see, it's blocked by this. You know, all these trees and things. So we don't really know very much of what's over here. And I don't believe the maps at the time, if they, you know, had them, which I'm sure that the company did, but they probably didn't have very good. Well, I guess they'd have aerial photos of this. I don't know whether they got down to the company level, or the, you know, how far down that kind of intelligence was available. I don't remember Brand of Brothers them referring to any photos, but you know, it may not be the only way to, or the definitive. Well, right now it's the definitive show of combat in World War II. But anyway, let's see what am I doing here? Oh yes, I'm gonna blast another hole in there. And I'm going to get these guys onto this side, along with those guys, and then we're going to start them down this road, which should be interesting. These guys can, yeah, they're coming. All right. Meanwhile, let's see what's going on over here. We're covered by smoke. We're going to get the the platoon commander over there. Maybe we can get these guys back with us. Let's tell them to run over there. So we're kind of doing it. We're going to get to the lane there. You guys will come this far. Soon we'll be able to turn off our machine guns over there. Hold fire. Let's go here. Got to keep actually, I realized I ran into my I'll almost run into my mortar fire. I think I'm going to call that off. Anytime, Bo. Yeah, here it is. Actually, I think we were down to one. Did I just cost someone's life? There's somebody dead there. Now I think there's Germans in there. Yep, see the Germans moving there? We got some in the thing. the hedgerow work. I mean, these rows will work both ways, right? Because you can see once you get to this position, you can actually see them in that area, and they can't see you very well if they're back from it a little bit. Okay, now here we got these guys coming. Did we blast a hole? Yep, we blasted a hole. No one fired. I'm going to run over to that side. These guys are going to go down the lane to reinforce. So what we did, these guys seem to be clear here. Oh, there's Germans right here in that section. Well, about that. All right, well, let's get through the gap. How we're going to do that is these guys will advance. These guys will lay down fire. Target. Oh, they can't. There's something blocking their view that way. Oh, let's fire at this one. You know, fire doesn't, I mean, you don't have to hit them. You just have to get them to get their heads down. And, you know, good troops would realize they're not coming close. But most troops, you know, if people were firing at you, you have a tendency to duck. Just what happens. I would think, anyway, never having truly experienced that. And never wanting to, by the way. Let's see what these guys are. Whoa. Oh, no, that's our guys still firing. Okay, now we got some firepower going there to try to keep those guys' heads down. These guys are getting up there. Ah, there's somebody there. Ah, these guys are firing. This plan worked, the flank. These guys are under fire. Let's have these guys come around to put them in a pickle. Meanwhile, these guys can keep on advancing up the line. This is all working better than I thought it would. Those guys maybe ran. We don't see them. You know, this is, you got guys right across the hedgerow from you, and this must have happened, and it's really some crazy stuff. It must have been guys right there. Probably a lot of lobbing grenades or trying to, but then with it being that thick, you know, who knows if you would actually get it over. With my luck, I would throw the grenade and it would come right back into my lap. Because you see, let's go down in here again. This is, you know, this is just so thick. You don't know, you know, you're on this bank, right? And you know there's some guys running around right above here. And, you know, you can't see shit. And, you know, if you get, I know this is just, you know, graphics and stuff, but it's, I think it does kind of give you a little bit, uh-oh, what's going on over here? Oh, we've got problems. Okay. These guys ran into some, yep, as we should have probably figured, they ran into some Germans down this row. Now, you know, this looks open, but it isn't. The simulation doesn't think it's open either. So now we got guys cowering. They're shaking, they're pinned. They lost two of their buddies. These guys are, oh shit. Well, we've obviously, you know, taken some hits here. The Germans are in this area, and they're well protected. So we're gonna have to get them out of there. I think I'm gonna bring these guys across now. We've got the, let's assault. Assault means that they'll cover fire and also move forward. So that's what we're going to do, and get them across there too. And let's get these guys to there. Okay, these guys got across. It seems that the fire there was checked. Let me pause here a second. Take in what we've got. Okay, these guys are guarding the road. They ambushed some guys. Looks like, woo, see, it worked. You know, we killed 4 or 5 there. So that ambush worked. But when we tried to go this way, we got, you know, we lost a bunch of guys. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Ouch. That's tough. Anyway, so now we're going to bring some other guys and flank them from this side. Maybe I should bring, I'm going to bring a squad up. I mean, all you can do is you got to go in there and clear it, you know? You know, this is the horrible thing. You can't, there's nothing that you can be sure of in this area. You're going to have to ask some people to be really, really brave. And luckily these are just digital guys, but you can imagine, you know. Let's bring, yeah, I'm having that guy go that way, that guy. Yeah, we're going to go over here, and then there's a little opening over here. We're going to work our way through here. We're going to have to ask these guys to go in there. These guys are going to go that way. All right, let's see what happens here. Those guys are going to stay still. They got to recover from the shock of losing a couple guys, and they're rattled. You can see that down here. Oh, I need to turn off the machine guns. Have done enough of keeping people's heads down, I guess, for now. Clear target. I still have one platoon in reserve, which is, I think, you know, standard practice. You've got to keep reserve just in case. So we'll continue to do that. Didn't I tell those guys to calm down? These guys are advancing by, you know, they run forward, shoot, run forward, shoot. They were, you know, trained to do it this way, so we're gonna, that's what they're doing. I don't think they're gonna get caught in the middle of the field, but let's be cautious. These guys, let's send them down this way. So we got guys going both ways. Now, of course, you know, this, once again, this is what we would not be able to see too much, right? But I'm keeping this, oh, geez. Okay, now see, they've got machine guns across the way. And I just heard someone die. So, I don't know if it was one of our guys. No, I'm not too worried about the machine gun fire from across the way, because once again, we got this hedgerow and it's really good defensive terrain. Though this guy might be a little bit in danger. You can't really just, you know, it's a simulation on squad level, so you can't really order one guy to come down from the edge. So we're going to continue to move forward. The one thing the game doesn't respond to too well, if you're hunting in one direction, which is what these guys are doing, they're being cautiously moving forward, hunting in, you know, that way. If they get attacked from the flank, the game doesn't react. Sometimes you just keep on walking, and that's kind of unfortunate. They probably should hit the dirt. But yeah, okay, I'm going to have them hit the dirt. I'll just, there, I can do it myself, but it looks like there's a bunch of Germans running across the field there. They can hear them. See those markers? They can't see them, but they can hear some guys running, probably. So it looks like we've maybe cleared this out. It looks like they, you know, ambushed these guys and then took off. Let me run these guys across. Wait a minute. To see if they can catch them going across. Run these guys up to the edge, you know, so they can see. Meanwhile, over here, these guys are going to go in, see what they can find. Okay, so we're starting to fire across. Now, the trouble with this second batch, right, is clearly that we don't have our machine guns and our mortar fire to back us up here, and they can't spot that fire. And for us to move them up, well, we could do that, and maybe I'll try. See, their fire is pushing us back here. The guys are running. However, we're starting to make some headway here. Now we could see about trying to go into this field. This would be nice, right? Clearly, this situation we want to try both flanks. That's what you do. You flank. You get a base of fire. Classic small infantry tactics are base of fire and maneuver. If you play, oh, whoa, what is that? That's not what I wanted to see. There's some Germans over here, or at least we think there might be. These guys may or may not be hearing Germans, just seeing Germans. The spotting in this game is intentionally inaccurate because, and there's many situations where people get spooked and there's nobody there, but they're firing at something they see over there. Yeah, there's somebody. There's a definite sighting over there. Let's see if we can get these guys to go down this way now. On either side, or in the middle. Are these guys here yet? Okay, these guys are just about here now, so I can run them across. Get them against this line too. Get us more firepower. That's the name of the game. Is we'll get firepower on them, and if we get their heads down, then we can maneuver, right? So these guys now, they did find that far. They're firing. Gonna get these guys in here. Actually, I'm gonna bring. I was moving those guys over. I'm gonna move these guys over here. Whoa, what are you guys doing? Oh, they're under too much fire. They're panicking. Let's hit the dirt. They can. Yeah, see, I lost. No, that was from earlier, but I may have lost somebody in here. I don't think so. Harris, the second platoon leader, is still firing there. Okay, we do have some time here. Operations wants me to get this done in a half hour. So I think I'm going to run up try to get my machine guns into this area so we can get some support fire. And also get a spotter for how much ammo. We still have some ammo for the mortars. Maybe I won't need these, but you don't want to get caught without them. So I'm going to get these guys to jog on. We can't go through make sure you don't go through the minefield. Oh no, that way is not safe. Jeez, that would have been great. I'm going to take a pause here. Okay, I'm back. I had a slight interruption there. We should now have, I've made a mistake with the setup, and now we should have sound of game sound, not just my voice. So I hope it wasn't too boring there. And we are, well, I guess this is flowing right with what just happened, so I don't have to explain where we're at, except that I'm bringing up the machine guns, and I'm going to attempt to basically do the same thing we did at this stage, which was base of fire, flank either side, find out where we can flank, and the same thing here. I'm going to create base of fire and see if we can flank to the left or to the right. Right now I'm laying down another, I hope to be able to put down some more. Yes, we can do that. Lay down some more mortar fire. The one mortar only has 7 rounds, but the other has 20, so I'm going to just empty them. And that'll be in 5 minutes, so we don't have to worry about an assault until that. And now we'll get things running. So you should be enjoying all that wonderful gunfire. And we're moving down that side. These guys are coming through to get some... Oh shit, what happened over here? Oh boy. They shook up my spotters. Now we've got some chaos over there. Oh, my guys are panicking and running everywhere. Yeah, they won the battle of fire supremacy there. We've got to run out. I'm gonna probably need somebody else to lay down the. Yep, I have to get somebody else to. They killed the spotter there. I have to try to get some fire on these guys. Right now it's just a contest to see who can I hope my I can reset my mortars there. It doesn't look like it right now, but I can. They're considered busy, so they're listening for coordinates that are never going to come because the platoon leader that was second platoon's leader was killed, and his radio man. So that kind of took care of that problem. A company headquarters is coming up. Maybe the company headquarters can. You can see though with the all the gunfire, it's a little mind-numbing, which I can't imagine. You know, in actual combat, it would be rather crazy. It would be hard to think straight, especially if some of those shots were actually being aimed for you. Which, you can imagine it would be completely unpleasant. This stage is not going as well as the first stage of our attack. Okay, I might have to call up. I have this other third platoon in reserve, and I think I'm going to have to get them out here. Let's call them in. I'm going to use them maybe to flank right. I got a lot of guys running around and not a lot of... got too many guys here. Got to spread out. Oh, machine guns. Maybe get here, deploy. I see a lot of fires going back and forth. These guys are okay. I've got the one flanking force in position, so let's see what happens to them if they try to go this way. This is what's left of the second platoon. That might have been one of the, maybe they did get the coordinates to the, no, they didn't. There's the, well, yep, they're over here. So that flank is secured. We're gonna have to pull these guys back. Now I need to find the, yeah, some of the machine guns are now going, which is good. One's pinned. A company headquarters is here. Let him try to bring in the mortar fire. For some reason he doesn't have vision from there. It's hard to know why he doesn't. Let's see. Is there a crown in the field? It doesn't look like it. let me just move him down the field a little bit to a more different spot. Yeah, this is the machine gun. That machine gun doesn't have much of a. What happened to my other machine gun? Oh boy, they fell back. They got rattled, I guess. I don't know if they can set up. Okay, the third platoon has arrived. I'm gonna get them down on the flank. I am thinking that they might be better than the Pioneers because they're, well, at this kind of maneuver, because they're regular infantry. So we will try. Let's see if we've got a view yet. Nope, no line of sight. Not good. Maybe they'll crawl up there. Nope. Okay. What's going on over here? That flank doesn't seem to be working. I'm going to pull these guys back into this area. See if we can get fire going again. Maybe we've started to win the firefight. And I will get the 8 company leader down there to see if he can go on the mortars. Meanwhile, over here, let's see if we can advance along this line here. You can hear the MG42s or 34s. They're so deadly and so much firepower that it makes it really hard to advance in the face of them. Let's see if we can get down this way. Advancing. Squads forward. Try to get around the corner. Those guys are in position now. I need to spread these guys out a little bit. You see we've got a lot of guys right along the edge of your side. A lot not firing too. But you know, there's a famous study that in combat only, oh, Siri heard me. I don't know what why Siri picked up there, but she did. That only, the famous study that only 25% of soldiers in combat actually fired their weapons. And this game kind of tries to capture the psychology of the soldiers, like its predecessor, which is the Close Combat, which had a lot of, that was the first game that really tried to have psychology of the soldiers as part of the simulation, and was excellent at it. I wish this game, the one thing that let me see if I can get mine. Okay, we're going to try this again. Yeah, there we go. Trying the mortars again. 3 minutes this time. Ooh, and we managed to get... Did we get shot at? Yeah, a little bit, but... Let's huddle down there, but let's try to move up along the row here. It named the soldiers, just named some of the soldiers, but oh shit, there's the guy on the right. I mean, yeah, on the right. Oh boy. Whoa, what is... They have mortars. Well, okay, this attack has been stymied by a mortar, and also fire. These guys are just huddled in a ball here. I don't know where the enemy is. Not much I can do for them until we... Well, let's bring up another squad. Is there a gap in the line here? Because what I could do is... No, I don't... The one thing is retreating soldiers seem to be able to get through the hedgerow, which... Oh, there's the gap. Excellent. Let me instead have these guys flank on this side. Let me get some other guys up there from the pioneers. See, the symbol's different, so it's the pioneers over there. Let's do that. The pioneers will try to clear this flank by helping us take this side first, which is probably what I should have done. That was a mistake, going up there without getting somebody on that side first. Fire mission seems to be developing. Fire has slacked off a little bit. I think we've started to have some impact. Or they have, I don't know which. But I think it's us. There's a lot of them over there, as you can see. You see about equal amounts going that way.
Roger, fire perfect.
And these guys are moving up. Actually, I'm going to give them an assault move. We know there's somebody there. Let's see if we can... If that should give them more covering fire. Now here comes some of the mortars coming in. They're only 60mm mortars, which, you know, they're not great. I mean, of course, we want 80mm, 81mm mortars more, but, you know, we'll do what we got. These guys made it to the line there. That's good. Let's get the pioneer make order guy up there to support him. Everybody's a little rattled, but, you know, these guys are just... These aren't, I mean, these are professional soldiers, but they're not vets. So we've got to predict they're not going to be. I don't know if that's my mortar, one of their mortars. You know, mortar fire can be dangerous. What happened over here? Oh boy, this group is running around. They got rattled. Why did anybody go out there? Sometimes you just can't predict what soldiers are going to do, and that was something that happened in close combat. Under fire, people do silly things. Sometimes they do, yeah, see, two guys went out there. They do heroic things, what they think is heroic, and it turns out to be a bad idea. Still, our flank here is, yes, we've taken out these Germans here pretty well. Continue to flank. Flank, flank, flank. Of course, now this is, you know, this kind of took advantage of the map edge. And I hate doing that, but I didn't, they didn't give me a lot of choice as far as that went. I tried to avoid it, but you saw what happened when I tried to just go straight ahead. So now we can try to get the third platoon moving again up this up the Bocage. Let's look again at that road and what it would look like in the since this was originally about Bocage. Here in the yep, we've got a lot of. Unfortunately, we've got this problem right here. Here's a medic trying to take care of some guys. But there's probably some Germans down this way that we just can't see. Let's take away the trees again. There you can see Getting some good fire in them still. I wish that group had, I don't know what those guys were doing. I hope I didn't make a wrong click or something, but I don't think I did. I think they just went of their own volition. But the action's going to be over here where the third platoon. Okay, this is the other thing I did that I need to. I guess that's clear. Let's assault up the whole line. At the same time, we'll blast our way through, and then we're going to blast into there too. Go. This group still has satchel charges. I could try to go down the inside line here, but I don't think I'll do that. Obviously, these guys have a lot to still fire at. Time-wise, we are down to 17 minutes to carry out our operation, so there's Germans in there. There's one running, another one. They were pretty well hidden in that forest. So now we have to open up the next part. Let's blast our way in. Those guys will stay on fire. You can't be too quick to try to get in close. You've got to let your firepower work for you. You might be going a little bit quick here, but let's see if we can. Okay, we've got all these guys lined up for fire. What's going on over here? Same stuff still. Still got our base of fire. We've got our flanking force, which is now starting to get to an angle. Now we're going to have some people going into this area. Once we get to here, we flank them, and that should win it. So the one thing with the Bocage, it's hard to get any line of sight to get covering fire sometimes. Sometimes you just have to go. And I mean, I guess this is just part of this thick. Well, you can see. Look at this crap. I mean, this is where we're at now. We're in this really thick stuff. You don't know where the Germans are in there. You know, it's just great ambush territory. So, as you know, I said I cleared it up so we can see. These guys are just trying to work their way through now. This is 3rd Platoon, 2nd Squad, led by a guy named Sheridan. And like I assume, obviously they found somebody. They've got a German pinned down over there. Threw a grenade or shot a grenade with a rifle grenade at him. Still not dead. He put himself in a tiny hole, I imagine. I'm going to send this group now through too. On the flank of that. These guys will flank right. And here we have the 25%. This only the one guy's firing, the other guys are checking through the flags. Making sure there's no other Germans coming up, and also, oh shit, some fire came in and he's ran back now. I guess a little rattled. He was finding cover behind that tree. But maybe these guys will have better luck flanking. Let's send a guy over here. And like I said, once again, look at the, you know, this is what you'd be seeing down on the ground level. So Germans are in there, you know, and you just got to go into the mess and see what you can find. I mean, I would be likely to throw a lot of grenades if I could control that kind of thing, but, you know, they might be low on grenades by now. This group supposedly has 11 grenades left. Maybe I'm not using the right commands. I guess I could, but you can't see the target, so it's you know, it's very difficult. Okay, this guy seems to be gone. There's a German somewhere in here now. See, we hear Germans in here. We don't see any. There's question marks. What are these guys doing? They're shaking. Guess that machine gun, there's a machine gun still operating somewhere in here. Oh, there we go. What's this? Ah, poor Germans right there. I heard the German clip there again. Ding. This guy's got a Messerschmitt. Z40, you can imagine. Oh, Panzerfaust. You can fire that. Oh, we fought it right there. Grenade coming in. Didn't hit anybody. We threw some grenades. Yep. Looks like it got him. Let's move in this group now. We'll assault that line. These guys are still kind of stunned by what had happened. You know, grenades tossing, you kind of get ears ringing, probably. They're just staying low. The game only has limited animations for the different situations, but what is... Oh my goodness, the pioneers of the platoon leader charging forward like a nut. And, but he made it. So here we come. I think we're just about there. Bring up this group too. Yep, they made it to the wall. Oh, another German. He should probably surrender if he's smart. He's not. He's just going to be dead shortly. Dying for the fatherland. Remember what Patton said. Let the other poor dumb suckers die for his country. Oh, that's what started, I guess. I think it scared us more than it scared them. Ah, another German over here. He's still in there, guys. Don't run past him. Yeah, he surrendered. There. Oh, now we're starting to see down the line. Now the Germans are running. Oh, some are running out in front. They're going to get low down there. Excellent. Let's move up this group. Yep, we're definitely clearing them out. These guys are caught in between, and really just surrender. Laser fire, but hey, they're still alive. Look at them go. I guess we're gonna have to go down that road. Yeah, these guys will begin to total victory. There we have it. Okay, so what did we? Let me look at that again. Yeah, we secured both places. The Germans failed on their attempts. We had, let's see, 20, 30, 186 men to begin, but we lost 18 killed. So a little over 10%, 12 guys wounded. So, you know, there's a classic thing that I think that's a little high. And I was only facing 55, 56, 60, 70. So I had a big, but you know, we were the attackers, so you have to have more if you're going to fight through this kind of terrain. And we didn't have, you know, tank support or something like that. So I think I did pretty good, pretty well. And but now from this, I think you see that the Bocage is really really quite strong as defense. And the Germans could have, I mean, if the AI had played a lot better, what did it do wrong? Well, it gave away its positions here along this hedgerow, this Bocage, right away. And I think a better, you know, it would have been better to hide, which I don't know, you know, there might be some, I know you can hide in the game mechanics. I don't know whether the AI does a very good job of that. It didn't here. Maybe the scenario maker could have made them hide from the beginning. Maybe I'll play this from the German side and see what happens. Maybe we'll do a video of that. But you can see how strong that was. We overcame it with firepower and then the flanking on either side. I don't think, like, okay, let's see. The mortars caused 4, 5, 6 casualties. So that's, you know, not bad. They were mainly to keep people's heads down, but they were pretty covered. But 6 is a good amount. The machine gun only, you know, fired 3,500 rounds and that caused 1 casualty. Same thing here. They were mainly meant for suppression, which is, you know, what their role is. Our, let's see, 2nd platoon was over here a lot, and they lost their, you know, they lost their platoon leader, and 3 casualties, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 casualties, which is, you know, not good. The engineers did well opening this up. If we hadn't had engineers, pioneers to break through the hedgerows, you know, that would have made this really difficult, maybe impossible without taking a lot of losses. So thank goodness we had that. You know, if it had just been the infantry without its satchel charges to blow holes in it, we were in trouble. Where did the majority of our casualties come? Well, first when we came down this line into the Bocage, if you remember on the first attack of this area, which I know, oh, by the way, you can't see the mouse, which is weird, but that's just a technical problem right now. But you can see where I'm focused. And when we were coming down here, some of these guys died here when they first came into this area. Maybe I should have flanked some guys along here to support them. That might have helped. But then we got our ambush here, which really worked out well. I like that. Remember the flank there. We lost some men here when I don't know what happened, but you know, war is not predictable. And so we lost 3 guys that in some kind of, I don't know whether it was confused orders or whether they decided to be really heroic or got confused. The other place was over here. Their firepower was when we first tried to come into this area, the firepower from the Germans was pretty tremendous. It looks like my effort to flank over here may have been prematurely given up. It was just a Panzerfaust group, 2 guys. So I probably could have. Oh, there was a light machine gun. The guy died though, so we did kill him. Who knows when though? He might have been here because we definitely came under some heavy fire. So I think that's a review. That's all of it. I don't think there's anything more to put back up the. Once again, how about we'll do one sweep down through. Remember the mines in here, and let's do a sweep through the Bocage. And seems like there was a break there. We got all of our guys along this line here firing. That was pretty good. And that's not unlike what you see in some of the videos of that. And then we have our Germans we caught there as they came back through, caught here again. So that was probably the best part of our mission. Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Signing off. Bye.